your cup. Good morning from the shell. Super fast.
Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Good friends and trends that bend the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show with super fast tortoise. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we have the flow. Good vibes from head to toe.
Way!
Wow, what a countdown clock.
Countdown clock. Yeah, you missed that. I almost started the show with the question of the day.
I felt like I had skipped this fast forward and hit the fast forward button on my controller by accident.
Yep.
Cosmic Seeds, what's up? Hey, check out Discord if you can, Cosmic. All right, but anyways, hey, good morning, everybody. Have an amazing day, right? For sure. Today is a good day. Today, look, I'm even wearing a pink shirt today. Why? Because it was in my closet. I decided to wear something different. Well, thinking of bright things and good things and everything happening, today I should be getting some new tech. So we'll see. Check that out. I don't want to spoil it, but
Right on.
Oh,
yeah. So I'm excited about that, and I'm also excited that we're gonna have a heavy topic today, but we're gonna try to make it light. I saw that wife of yours, Hillbilly.
yeah, bringing me my coffee.
A little late. I'm kidding. I got coffee right here.
Yeah, she was a little late. But yeah, at least I got it. That's the main thing.
Right. But anyways, outside of all that jazz. So behind the scenes, we were talking about films that didn't do well. And one of the films we were talking about was Jurassic Park 3, the third movie in the franchise, not Jurassic Park World Dominion. Jurassic Park 3, the one done by the director Johnson. I can't remember his name at the moment. But I was watching the behind the scenes films on YouTube because they started putting like bonus features and stuff from DVDs on YouTube on Universal's thing. So if you want to check them out, check them out. But anyways, well, from what I gathered and learned from this mess of a movie, and I say mess of a movie because the movie was not as good as all the love that was put into the movie, and the love that was put in the movie. The actors are great in the movie. The storyline was weak, but they put a lot of the money into the animatronics and CG of the film. It's like they were depending on the special effects to carry the franchise more than the storyline, which we learned throughout the years is you can't do that. You can't.
Right.
And like we've seen movies and franchises spawn from great directors. I mean, one movie that spawned a franchise as a low budget film but had an amazing story to go with it was Saw. Saw was a good movie. It was a budget movie. But since they worked in their means and made a good story, it spawned a franchise.
Right.
Well, there's something to be said about the entertainment industry. When it has a cookie cutter, even if it sees something else that works, it always reverts back to the original cookie cutter.
Right?
Even if it sees something else that works, like Saw, like it changed the industry, and that isn't the new cookie cutter. But typically, when it comes down to like a lot of these movies, we're gonna have like our action stuff. It's gonna back the movie. We're gonna put all the money into that. That's because that's what everybody wants to see. Nobody wants to see this girly kissy stuff, And they put their money into that, especially when they don't have faith in the film. If they don't have faith in the people, well, we don't have the same writers we had last time, so we're not going to put money into a different writer that might so we're going to put that extra money into the booms and pows.
Right. Now I get what you mean by cookie cutter film. They take a film that worked and they just kind of copy the process that was used in the film, then copy the template and just kind of make films based around that. I mean, one company that did that was successful was Marvel or Disney, because Disney does that a lot, and now people are starting to see through their shenanigans, and they're like, maybe we want to see something new and different. And when they do something new and different, it gets popular. Then they try to cookie cutter it, and it's like, what the heck happened? Like, I haven't seen the movie yet. I believe it's in theaters now, but I haven't heard much about it. Was Moana 2, but Moana 1 that made big waves because it was different. Did they just try to cookie cutter that? I don't know.
No. It's one of those. We were talking about it behind scenes. Those people who weren't there. It's called sequels suck. And you're probably not going to hear much about it other than it got released. A lot of people heard a lot of hype about Frozen 2, but it sucked. Then there was the Lion King 2. I mean, in the cartoon version, it sucked.
Backwoods collector, hello.
A lot of these things are better off as direct-to-TV movies. Back to what we were saying earlier,
right? Like how Disney used to do direct to VHS.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If you don't have faith in the movie, don't take away from something else to throw it at the cookie cutter and in the action boom pow spot, because you're just ultimately going to damage the cookie.
Right. All right, I got to step away for a quick second. So I'm going to blow up KJ since he's on a good rant. I can hear you.
Oh, I can rant a lot, but and he blew me up at the end of my rant. See how that works? But no, I really do feel like there's a sequel curse as well, with Disney and a lot of the other films. It's when you start creating a sequel and you don't have all your thoughts lined up. We have a syncopated universe where we have everything that we have planned out for years in advance, like what they do with the comic book movies. If they wanted to do a good series, they have things planned out years in advance. They can do it. But with things like Moana 2, they're oh, let's just make a cute little sequel that's made money. That's not going to work. It never does. And and then you have issues where you lose a director. That's where I think you lost Michael Crichton as a writer for Jurassic Park 3. And that we mentioned that, but I think that was a big thing. And the studio Universal said, you know what, we don't have as much faith now that Michael Crichton's not there with his storyline. They have to make a whole new storyline with some people that we don't have faith in. Steven Spielberg is going to be an executive producer, but really, is he doing anything?
Mm-hmm. Probably just making a couple decisions here and there and just throw money at the project.
Right. And so then therefore his name's just on it. And if you're thinking, well, the studio probably might not have as much faith in it. So they okay, we're going to add more to the animatronics. We're going to add more to the CG budget and
right.
Hope that the storyline's good.
Yeah, it's really hard. It's a really hard decision because I can see why for the third film in the franchise of Jurassic Park 3, they went hardcore on the graphics and stuff, because that's what they did with the first movie. But the difference is they were blind with the first movie. This was brand new technology they were trying out, and they had to get it right.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to do it right. And they had to learn from scratch. Where in the third movie, they put all their investments in the special effects, because the special effects in the movie are decent. And the graphics of the dinosaurs are superb, I should say. Not superb as the original Jurassic Park, but better than what you see on TV and kind of stuff. And then people already proven it, so I think people got lazier with the process than they were with the first one, because it was exciting, fresh, brand new. No one's ever done this before in the first film. In the third process, well, we know what we're doing. We just scan this. We put in the bones here. We have these big puppets, and we just try to merge them in. There's a difference in mentality that changed the film. And then like I said, I think the thing that hurt the film the most in Jurassic Park 3 was the script, because if I remember correctly, the movie started filming before the script was finished.
Interesting.
Yeah, they did say that. Yeah.
Mhm.
And this is a problem I think that we have with a lot of films and a lot of things. And we even have this situation with the video gaming industry where they're releasing games before they're even finished.
Right. Yeah, that's annoying. Like
Mhm.
that's why I like the hard disk games because they're supposedly complete. But even when you get DLCs and uploads, not uploads down, whatever you call them when they fix a bug, and
Well, you know why they do that, right?
well, so they can turn a profit quick.
Turn a profit quick. The society we live in is a very impatient society, and the capitalist aspect of it is even more impatient than the user themselves.
Well, they want to sell the game while the hype is up, not when the hype
Oh,
is done.
Right.
You know. But like, here's one thing.
they
Like,
sell the game before the game's available. Exactly.
right? They take the hype, and people are hyped up for this game, so they sell it, and people will complain about the bugs. They're like, "Oh, we got the DLC for that, or we got bug fixes for that, whatever, or even extra levels they'll put in later." But like, it seems like gone are the days when they make a game and it's good. Like they make a game and it's done. Back then they took their time blindly to make a video game. Then they made it as best and good as possible. They did it as best and good as possible to make the game playable, fun, and enjoyable. Even if the game wasn't for you, someone else would like the game. Then they would market the game, they'd sell the game. Those days are gone.
Yeah, well, I think they would have gone anyway. The way ADD society is marketed to, pretty much with the impatience, the ADD, they got to get it out there now. Got to get it out there now. If it's not invented out there, still release it now. Pretty much. I think that is a problem with the market now. If you were going to do that kind of idea and process with the movie, which we do quite often, I think from what I understand, this is one of the things that killed the Batgirl movie that they canceled and killed twice, and is that they're like, okay, let's get it out there. We have a release schedule. I don't care what you have on the table. We have a release schedule and contract signed. And that's how the Hollywood industry has become.
Right.
And they have to pay out their entertainers, their writers, and everybody by certain dates on certain projects, even if it makes money or not.
Right.
And
they even canceled the Batgirl TV show because of I believe because of the actresses got hurt on the show.
Well, that was one of the stunt women got hurt, but that happens quite often in the stunt industry. They canceled the Batwoman TV show because of the writer strikes.
The writer strikes did a lot.
Yeah.
That's something I don't know enough about to get in a conversation about when it comes to it. Because like I know the writer strikes and what it's about and the part of it, like what they're fighting, but I don't know enough what's going on the political side to be like, my professional opinion is this.
People want money. That's what it came down to. People want money.
Well, I think everybody wants money.
Yeah, that's what it came down to. It was all about money. And it will every time you see a strike out there, for the most part, in the in the acting industry or the film industry or the whatever industry, it's going to boil down in the long run to money.
And we see this in our everyday lives with Magic the Gathering too. Like they come out with different sets and stuff just because they're pushing for different money. They come out with different secret layers because they're pushing for that money. Because it's all about making that money, making it green, and it's not just about making enough money to live. It's about making enough money to be profitable.
Right.
Capitalism, yo.
Capitalism, right? So that's how it works. I mean, look at Hillbilly. He wouldn't be a millionaire if it wasn't for him pimping out his decks to other people and renting them out.
I wish I was a millionaire.
Hillbilly's the next Mr. Beast. He's like, I'm gonna get all these Magic the Gathering streamers into this one tiny room to play Magic the Gathering, and none of them have showered for a week.
Oh God! Talk about torture.
Wow.
Ooh, that's gonna be a contest the winner wins a bar of soap. All right, I'm kidding. But anyways, much ado about that. It is time that we float around and sting like a bee with the bumper.
You are watching Super Fast Tortoise.
Put up a fight, gonna leave them all in fright. Playing Magic the Gathering on a Saturday night. So many creatures, casting spells with all his might. Sipping on more coffee to stay awake and bright.
Woo! Look at us. We had a full conversation about everything about movies and bad movies and stuff, and there could be more to it, but we need to get back on track. The track to the topic of the day, because we are topical kind of that way, and there's a roadmap to the show, and it starts off with this segment. But the truth is, I just lost my way. I don't remember the segment. That's why we got Hillbilly here to remind us. What segment are we going to, Hillbilly?
Well, yes, it's time for the card of the day.
Card of the day. Combo breaker.
Woo.
Ooh.
Wow. Oh, all right. So, I just realized this is an alternate language. So this is it's a bumblebee. It's a hornet queen. Costs 4 genetic, 3 green pips. Has flying and death touch. When it enters the battlefield, it creates 4/1/1 or 3/1/1 insect creatures with flying and death touch.
Okay.
All right.
I guess.
There you go. This is a cool card. I picked this for the artwork. I didn't think I read the card earlier when I was looking for the card because I used it in a meme today, and I didn't realize this was a different language. But now, if you want to read
French.
Won't you read it? Yeah, won't you read it like it is on the screen there?
all right. Well, excuse me if I butcher the language, but Rain Des Frolons costs 4 generic and 3 green. It's a creature insecte. Vol contact mortel. Quand les Frolons arrive sur les champs Balazel prise contre jeton de creature 1/1 verte insecte avec les vols et les contact mortel.
Nice.
I think you just opened up a hole in the universe right here. Cthulhu is staring me in the face.
Well, he challenged me to read the card.
Sure did.
I hope I did it justice.
We do apologize to the French people out there.
I thought it sounded pretty good.
It probably could have sounded pretty good, but I could have butchered the entire word. I could have said words wrong. Like I said Jetsons instead of Jettons, But hey, let's get some of the memes. Let's get to some of the pictures of the day. First one says when you're searching for that basic land.
Don't I know that feeling sometimes?
Right? And I purposely tried putting a sad robot in there to reference sad robot. That was pretty good because I tried like describing the sad robot as an iron giant. So I tried describing a sad robot and Darksteel Colossus, and this is what it gave me.
Wow.
Hey, it worked.
Yeah.
It worked. But now next, boop, token decks with that one Hornet Queen card because Death Touch. So Hornet Queen makes 4/1/1 tokens, not 3. But yeah. So Hornet Queen is not an amazing card, but people run Hornet Queen in mono green decks because Death Touch. That's it.
Yep.
Especially in token decks, because you can get tons of these as those token doublers. No, I really had fun with the prompt. I was trying to make a red bee with black stripes and purple eyes, and that's pretty much what it gave me.
Cool.
Now, next meme, because I've seen people do this. Playing a mono green deck and plays Uborg Tumi Yawgmoth.
Wow.
So Uborg Tumi Yawgmoth is a land that turns all lands into swamps in addition to what they are. But it doesn't have a color pip in it, like a mono black color pip. So you can put it in any deck. You can put it in any deck. You can put it in a deck that doesn't even have swamps in it. And it turns all your lands into swamps. Yeah. So that's how it works. And I've seen people do it just for fun. I didn't understand it, but it was just a power play.
Wow.
But their artwork of the picture came out pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to run across that in the wild.
Mm, wouldn't want to either. Thing looks disgustingly evil.
Yep.
Evil. And thinking of disgustingly evil, the next picture of the day. So how people see me when I tell them I play Magic the Gathering. See, I got like 3 hands, toys.
Wow.
They just think I'm a giant kid. That's the point.
No. What I see here, I see your 2 hands and then your Adams Family thing action figure.
Right?
So I don't see what I see, and I see 3 Transformers and a couple of GoBots and dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But I don't see 3
Yeah.
hands. I see Adams Family action figure.
Right. That's funny. Yeah, thing. That's right. But that's pretty cool. I like that. I like the prawn. I didn't even pay attention to the third hand in there earlier. I just saw the picture. It prompted up the first thing as the last picture is doing. I was in a hurry. I'm like, that's good enough. Because I mean, they have a transformer there that looks like Optimus Prime.
Yep.
That was what I was most impressed with. All right. But anyways, so a lot of people I talk to who don't know Magic the Gathering well, and I tell them I play a card game, they kind of look at me like I'm a kid. So that's what the point of the adult playing with toys thing is.
Mm-hmm.
But, too much. So much. Captain Waffle is dropping in to say, good morning. Internet was out yesterday, so we went out out today doing Instacart. Oh, have fun doing Instacart. Captain Waffles, Captain.
Carpenton.
Capital. Right, those are pictures of the day. Now, if you have a picture of the day you want to share with us in Discord, you can share that picture with us in Discord and get shout out on the channel as I shake my hands voraciously saying, have fun, come on, be a part of the show, and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed and if you're enjoying the content. Now, if we're going to get to the question of the day, and if you have a question of the day, you can share that on Discord, make a video file, have a phone, like record yourself, preferably, in phone mode, like where it's standing up. But I don't care if it's sideways. I'll take whatever, honestly. Make it like a 30-second to 1 minute long question, and you can have that question on the show. Now, we're going to get to the segment right here.
Presented by Discord, we have the question of the day.
The question of the day is brought to you by Superfast Tortoise himself. He has a question near and dear for you to answer. Let's see what he has to ask. Superfast Tortoise here with the question of the day. The question of the day is, how can we spread more positivity in our lives to people that we care about? What's one way to keep it positive for them? Not you, for them, because it's not always about us. Let's get to it. You. So what's a way you can spread positivity to some other people that most likely people we care about? That's not about us, right? It's not about ourselves. It's not about being selfish, but it's about helping someone else feel better.
Just being there for them.
Mm-hmm. Being there, because I'll be there. Well, sometimes that's what it takes. But
Yep.
Sometimes it takes a good ear. I get that. And I know KJ has a good answer. I don't know if he's going to make that answer, but let's see. KJ.
He's muted.
You muted?
You're muted, KJ.
All right. So, anyways.
All right. So anyhow, sorry about that. I was muted. I have a lot of good answers for that question. My main thought process is first, I'm going to ask you. So, what do you need? How are you doing this morning? Good morning.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to tell me what you feel like you need, and I'm going to see what I can do to deal with that. In the meantime, let's hang out. Let's have a cup of coffee.
Right. Well, see, the answer I would have expected from you would be like I go to my neighbor's house. He's kind of not right in the head all the time because he's kind of lonely and stuff, and so I go there and provide him friendship and conversation, so he feels more
Oh, I have that
fulfilling.
neighbor too. Oh, I do that too. But I mean that's like a given. Like when it comes down to like certain things, like those are just things I do. Like
That's
I go
exactly
I
what
go to that guy.
right.
But
That's
I
the,
but like when it comes down to like if I'm gonna be like approaching a way to deal with that situation, I'm gonna like sit you down, and sit you down and go, hey, how you doing, Junior? Do you need to talk about something?
what do you want for Christmas?
You know, I'm just gonna make sure that you talk about it and tell me what you need, before we go and start throwing sugar at it.
Right. Well, like the biggest person in my life that always needs uplifting and positivity is my wife. So my answer would be is I always try to make my wife feel important and taken care of because one, she goes to work. She goes to work every night except weekends. Like today's the first day of her weekend. So I try to make her feel good, rested while on the weekend because like Sundays is the day she sleeps in the most. The Mondays and Tuesdays because she works 3 days because she works 4 10s, 4 10s or 4 11s or 4 12. I don't know. I don't remember the exact hours. But anyways, she works overnight crew, and so she sleeps in the first weekend of the day, the first day of the weekend. Then Monday and Tuesdays, that's when she's more up and proper. Mondays is the most active day. That's why she wanted me to make the decision to take off Mondays because the times she's the most active is in the mornings, and every time she wants to do something active, I'm on the live, and by the time I'm off the live, she's like tired and ready for bed. So that's why I took off Monday mornings to make a positive move for her, to get her in her most productive part of the day, and actually be a part of it, participate in it, and make her feel like she can do stuff. That's one of the things I do to work, and that's to work out something positive for the wife and do something positive for the wife. Because she's the lifeblood of the relationship in the financial department, and she's the lifeblood of the relationship because she's my other half. But putting her first as much as possible is always on my list of being positive and sharing positivity. Because if I take the time to make sure she's having a good day, in return, lets me have a good day and everybody around her have a good day because she will get information and just like get information that's like depressing, and she will expand upon it if she allowed herself to do so. So I'm trying to keep her mind always on a positive note is a way to keep her going and keep her on a more lighter note. I don't know.
Well, positivity also rubs off on people. So just be positive yourself around them and give them a ear if they need an ear, and just be there.
You're right. Backwoods collection. I'm pretty sure I'm that neighbor. I think I started doing a show called Not Right in the Head. We're not always right in the head. Trust me. We're not. We're going crazy. But with the craziness.
I think the show would be called actively would be Not Right in the Head in a Jar.
Right. Or in KJ's case, to make a pun of the show, it'd be called Head Ajar. All right. But anyways. Now we got done with the question of the day. We're going to start rolling off to the next bumper.
Don't forget to like this video and subscribe.
Moves, the strategies, and the flares. With the fast tortoise, he's running the show. The crowd goes wild wherever he goes.
Hello! Now we need to get back to the topic of the day. That's how to train your brain for Magic the Gathering. Ways to train your brain for Magic the Gathering are simple, but time-consuming. Learning the game requires playing the game. Playing the game with different cards, different decks, different types. Go nuts. The rules for Magic the Gathering are simple. The rules interactions get messy and highly interactive and sometimes overly complicated. Knowing how a creature deals combat, knowing the difference between first strike, double strike, so on, those are baby steps. Learning the stack and how spells and abilities create the stack and what it takes to prioritize and how important it is to learning the stack is pretty good. And the damage and damage doublers and triplers is a process, learning stuff like that. Or times when you have multiple token doublers on the battlefield, knowing the meta is a part of the process. There's a lot to dig into. You really have to dedicate yourself and really get into the game. Play thousands of different scenarios to grasp the depth of the game. Let's get into this more. And that's the monologue for the show. But so I just skimmed through some light and heavy stuff there. So let's take a step back and step right to it. Getting into the game of Magic. I had the opportunity to play lots of Magic back in the day. And I can honestly tell you, for the 20 years I've been playing Magic, I still don't know everything. Because they keep creating new cards and rules interactions, or there's some cards I just haven't played with. Like last night I played with a card that had a weird text on it that let me draw a card or play a card. The rules text is I get to play a card. If I can't, I put it in my hand. And I had to figure out the rulings for that because the way it was worded. Magic the Gathering's like that. Reading the card can explain the card, but sometimes does not explain the rules very clear.
Right. I mean, sometimes it seems like they make up words that ain't even real words, and all of that. I mean, then the text that they put on the card, it gets confusing, and you do have to, as you say, train your brain on how that card works if you want to play that card.
Very true. You got to train your brain because there are different interactions, like a simple interaction that you learn really quick. So you have a 1/1 creature with that touch, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, a 1/1 creature with that touch swings in, blocks a 3/3 creature. That creature that's a 3/3, and the 1/1 will die due to damage. But if you have a 1/1 Death Toucher and a 3/3 Death Toucher blocking each other, and you give the 1/1 Death Toucher first strike, it's going to kill that 3/3, and the 1/1 will survive.
Yep.
You know, so that kind of interaction is like baby steps in learning how complicated Magic can be. Like double strike, that's first strike damage plus regular damage, right? That's like the creature deals the damage first and does it again, and based on how big the creature is over the other creature, it either assigns all the combat damage to the one creature, or the first strike damage kills the creature and any remaining damage goes to the opponent.
Right.
That's very tricky.
Now, if you gave the 3/3 first strike, it will not die. The Death Toucher will die instead.
All right. Well, we got an interesting question in chat. Backwoods Collector says, speaking of rules, do either of you know if you board wipe with a destroy all creatures, do all creatures with die triggers trigger those actions? Yes. So if you board wipe and you have death triggers, there's two things you can do. One, the triggers will go off. But two, since they're your creatures, you can trigger how they go off in the order that you want to. Because they die at the same time, but they can die in the order you want to.
That reminds him talking about this reminds me of a play that I did last night with one of my creatures and it board wipe.
Yes.
I had a creature on the battlefield. I sacrificed one creature, give it indestructible. And then when a creature dies, it got bigger. So I made it indestructible, did a board wipe. All my creatures died. And then he got even buffed even more.
I remember that play. And then, damn, that was a board wipe.
Yeah, it was.
It was a board wipe named Damned for those who didn't know.
Yep.
It was a fun board wipe because everybody was threatening me, like, if you do that, you're going to regret it. And I'm like, well, you better be saying that with a board wipe. And you played a board wipe. It was funny.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So if you're playing a game and you have a play group, that's pretty cool. Because one of the things I forgot to mention is you want to learn your meta, right? What is the meta? The meta is the most important part of your play group, right? The meta
Mhm.
is how people play in your area. What cards they play, what cards are resourceable to you, like resourceable cards that you can resource and find in your area, play your area. It's how internet changed the meta. There used to be a time where people play certain decks based off the cards they would open booster boxes, and that's all they really had. But when the internet came out and you could buy singles, people were able to reshape their meta. And the meta is based on who's playing what in your area and playing what in your play group and how you're evolving and how the play group treats each other. You know, the meta is very important. Meta! Hell yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But if you have any other questions while we're conversating about Magic, let us know. We will answer them as honestly and fully as possible.
Yep. Now this bracket thing that they just made up,
Huh?
it ain't right, and it ain't 100. It ain't. I don't think they can get it right, but I think they need to change their name. Can't get right Magic.
Well,
But yeah, I know what they're trying to do. I understand what they're trying to do, but it's going to be a long time before they even get that dang on thing right.
well, let me put it this way: you can't really, for the most part, put cards on a list and say these are a certain degree cards, because as we learned through playing the game, certain cards and certain archetypes do a lot better, right? They
Mhm.
chain a lot better. Like one card could be a game changer in one deck and not a game changer at all in another deck.
Correct.
All right, so here we go. We got another question. Here's a constant argument on the play group. If anyone destroys my Tormod's Crypt, can I tap it and remove their graveyard before it goes? Yes. You can respond to the destroy target artifact trigger before the trigger resolves. So if
Yep.
someone's like cast a spell that says destroy target artifact, you can say in response, I sacrifice an exile target artifact. Now you can quote me on this, you can for sure, and you can look it up on the internet. They're like, unless the spell they're casting has split second, you can respond to it.
Yep.
Split second's an ability that says nothing can be put on the stack while this cast is spelled, by the way.
Right.
He's like, thank you. That's right. You're welcome. In fact, we had an interaction like that yesterday in the Hillbillies game
Mm-hmm.
where someone was going to destroy one of his creatures that said tap 5 vampires and then gain control of the vampire. Someone's going to destroy that creature, and he can tap himself in the process as a vampire.
Yep.
So someone's going to destroy it, and I told him, well, Hillbilly can respond to it and steal a creature before the vampire is dead.
Yep. And I stole their commander, dag blanket.
That's right. Backwards. That's all because tapping can be done in instant speed. That is correct.
Yep.
As long as the thing does not have summoning sickness. Cascade is another crazy one. Love Cascade. In fact, I'm still working on my Cascade deck. Well, it's not a Cascade deck. The commander has Cascade on it twice. Like if they had other creatures, good-sized creatures with Cascade on them, I'd play them. But Cascade is one of those fun, interactive. Though it's not really interactive. It's interactive for myself, where you get to play a free spell for a free spell. And Cascade is one of the things where you have to know. If I cast a spell with Cascade, before that spell enters the stack as a spell, like someone can counter it, the Cascade will go off even if the spell is countered, right? Because Cascade, what happens before the main spell that Cascade is on hits the stack. So if I play a spell with Cascade, the Cascade spell will hit the battlefield or trigger off before the spell with Cascade triggers and hits the battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you counter a Cascade creature, does the next creature still come out? Yes, that's what I just explained.
Yeah.
Yeah, major argument in our group. Oh yeah, dude, I've been playing Cascade since Cascade came out in the Lower Reborn block. In fact, there, if Tom, there's a counter spell called Double Negative that was made just for Cascade. It says counter target spell, counter target spell. 2 spells on a stack that's meant to counter spells of Cascade. Plus, there's another spell. I can't remember the name of the spell, but it costs 2 blue and a red. You counter target spell. Then you have this overload, counter target all spells in a stack. That's there to counter Cascade too.
Yep.
Cast triggers still happen if a creature is countered. That is very true. Cast triggers still happen.
What's up, Coach?
Oh yeah. So yeah, like there's a lot that goes around that needs to be learned, I guess. Those are some good questions for honestly, like the interactions I had to learn and process through because Cascade's a tough one.
Yeah. I mean, Cascade is weird mechanic, but it's strong mechanic.
Yeah. Make coaches magic. You rock. You rule. You are awesome. Yes. So, what Tom Mitchell's talking about when he keeps saying my play group, that's his meta. That means that's the people he's playing with. That's the people he's playing against with. That's the people he has to learn. So his meta is still learning magic in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
I have the whole magic PDF rules printed off for reference, but still is daunting. Oh,
Yep.
The rules are rules, and rules keep growing. Like, I believe that you have the rules printed out, but they keep changing, especially when they errata a creature or a spell type or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one thing I need to do is learn how to, like, I know how to search for rules, but I just hate going to Reddit for it. So I like try to go to the rules gallery for it, like the official rules gallery. But Wizards keeps printing off new different types of cards with different interactions that the rules keep rolling. Like when I look for a card, I like look for interactions between 2 cards, how does this work, or if it doesn't work.
Right.
My meta is old like me. We're
Yeah.
all old.
Yeah. It seems like they're coming out with new rules with every set they release.
New rules, new permanent types, new interactions for reals. I mean, Aether Drift, it doesn't have anything really new in it, but vehicles are daunting.
Yep.
Like you can crew a vehicle instant speed, but you can't attack the vehicle as soon as it comes out unless it has haste.
Correct.
It's
just like casting a creature, except it's not a creature, it's an artifact, and you have to tap another creature in order to attack with it.
Right. Oh yeah, and it's nuts. It's nuts. It's like there's vehicles are one of the weirdest interactions in the game because it requires 2 permanents to interact with it, and it's on your side.
Mm-hmm.
Backwards says, I think the new combat change made sense. Oh, it made sense in its own right. I didn't have a problem with it. I took away a lot of combat tricks. It didn't take away from a lot of combat tricks, like what people are saying, because combat tricks are still there. But yes, the tricks part has been altered because you have to do it before block. You have to do it before blockers or damage is declared.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tom Mitchell, same group of guys since college. Great stuff. Our wives think we are nerds and have an excuse to eat food and drink coffee once a week, or drink once a week, not coffee. But yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is. Like once a week is pretty good. And you know what?
Yep.
If you have a strong friendship, that's the best part. The gathering in Magic.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't. The whole Tormod's Crypt thing just blows my mind out of the water. I like. You think Cascade would blow my mind with the interactions, but the reaction with Tormod's Crypt, that's an artifact, has haste. Well, it can be activated as soon as it's played. And someone's like, if I destroy it, it should be destroyed before. No, that's not how it works. It's like it's going to be destroyed. You can use it right away.
Yep.
Wow. But anyways, so rules of interactions is one of the things you want to play with. Like the truth is, if you want to learn the rules, you got to play with the rules and you got to enforce the rules as best as possible to play with Magic the Gathering. Which is why Arena is nice. Arena is nice because it forces you to play the rules, but the problem is it doesn't teach you the rules. It just does it for you. But in real life, you got to be able to enforce the rules and study the stack and how things work, how counterspell wars work, or buffing up creatures work. You got to understand how all that jazz works.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, some play groups it's kind of like a club. Also, I mean, just like Backwoods saying there, but and that's just the way it is. On some play groups are just like a little bitty club.
Yeah, so our
Four-person
work
club.
play, Backwoods is our work play group is the same way. We actually vote on who and if we let join. Nice.
Cool.
Coach the Magic, yeah, that's cool, Tom. That's right. Sort of a run as a club. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Hillbilly and I can have a club. We have like Commander Night Club almost.
Yeah, because every time I play Magic, Tortoise is there. Every time he plays Magic, I'm there.
That's right. Exclusive Backwoods. Do they go through some weird initiation too? Just tell me you don't haze the poor people. It's confidential. We actually have a salt list. Who played combos? Who played the most counterspells? Who destroyed lands? You know what's interesting? If you want, like, here's an interesting way. I should probably make a list one day if I can remember to and get energized to do it. But an interesting way to learn your playgroup more is make an achievement list. First player that was play Soul Ring gets points. First player to counterspell a spell gets points. First player to destroy creature gets points. So someone who goes to the game with winning without combat damage gets points. And the amount of this whole points is a whole list of things you want to see people interact with. Write their name by the people who do these things first or do these things during the game, and you can actually make a graph of people's play styles.
But this ain't Arena though.
Doesn't have to be Arena. What do you mean?
That's what Arena does now.
Right, but people who did that for Commander a long time ago. Running a running book of salty plays. That's right. That's right. Well, because like one thing that's kind of universally accepted in Commander is people don't normally play land destruction. But on the other hand, land destruction is not against the rules.
That's right.
You know, like last night we played a game and we got ruinated with Ruination, and that was salty, but it wasn't against the rules.
It may be mad because I'm losing lands, but hey, it's part of the game.
Well, the guy didn't played it, not realizing it was on the last mass land denial deck. Mm-hmm. We let it go through. I think mainly because we wanted the game to be over by that time. But and it still was a salty move. Like at first, I thought it said destroy all basic lands, but I don't know. I thought my non-basic lands were safe, which I was cool with. He's like, no, it's the other way around. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. You can normally destroy non-basic lands over basic lands.
Mm-hmm.
Salty.
Oh yeah. And I need one land, and daggerlagged I had to put one land in the graveyard, but still that one land hurt me.
Right. So I was watching that. I said that wasn't going to sit well. No, it didn't sit well. No,
it didn't.
We just let it play through just so the game would play through.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yeah, he was willing to. I mean, he was nice about it still. He was willing to take the play back.
Right. Because the bracket system, as we're learning Magic, the bracket system is trying to fix something it kind of doesn't need fixed, but they're trying to do something so everybody has something to agree on, something to conversate about, and something to perfect. Which I think they need to perfect it, but I just don't think they can just perfect it by saying these cards work in this pack, these cards work in this pack. I better. You have a deck with Cyclonic Rift. Cyclonic Rift did not make the deck annoying. The deck made itself annoying. Cyclonic Rift just gave me a win con.
Yep.
Later
Well,
on.
yeah, well, let's take a look at my Necron deck. Took 2 cards out, 2 cards in, and it's on the bracket 4.
Mm.
2 cards in, 2 cards out.
Oh, yeah.
Pre-con.
Pre-con. Mm. Oh, yeah, they'll bracket it. Who won last night? Tortoise did.
Yep.
I won by the skin of my teeth with big old creatures, which is the way my deck wants to win when it can. I ran with Maelstrom Wanderer. Cascade. All creatures control have haste.
Mhm.
So I still want to make that a really strong deck. It's just that I want it to be a zoo deck, and I need to get what I like. One of the most expensive cards I want to get for the deck is a Crater Hoof Behemoth.
The most expensive card I want is Caverns.
Hazard?
Caverns.
Oh, Caverns of Souls?
Yep. Land.
You don't need that cap. No, I'm kidding. You're running
That'd be
Fortress City.
Yeah, true.
Well, yeah, Caverns of Souls is pretty good when your vampire spells are not countered.
Right.
Right. Well, I have different decks. Like I'm going to be working on a vampire deck in the future, right? So I'm going to work on that different, but I have to work on one deck at a time to perfect one deck at a time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was doing. No, I was not doing that. I was working on more than one deck.
Right.
But now that I got my Igor Markov, all the other decks are on the side.
Tom Mitchell says that red ping deck last night was doing well. It was doing well until Hillbilly made the weird decision. This is what turned the game around. He made the weird decision to attack Chandra, his only draw outlet, and which was a smart move to down. But it was a weird move because it didn't seem like the most legit choice. But that's what got me to win the game. Is he knocked the big player down, so I got the advantage later on.
Yeah, I did. So you owe me.
Hillbilly, I want your Edgar deck to do well so bad. I keep trying to make mine faster.
Man.
Board
Everybody-
rights and reanimation.
Yep. Board wipes, reanimation, keeper creatures. That will speed Edgar up.
Right. See, well, the Edgar deck I want to work on. I'm going to try to make it different than yours. So I'm different from yours. So if we ever play together, we're not like, oh, I know that card. I know this card. We want to be different flavor wise. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I'll work on that. But anyways, I digress, everybody. It is a good day to learn Magic.
Mhm.
And one of the things I want to shout out the most when it comes to learning Magic, like shout out to the world, is just play the game so you can naturally learn the rules as you go through them. If you have questions, reach out to someone or Google your questions because there's someone else who's most likely been in that situation to know. Knowing the rules explains the game. Not reading the cards explains a card, but sometimes when 2 cards have weird rulings, it's hard to tell what goes on. There's rules out there describing that exact same play. So we'll check it out. Have fun. Play the game. And with that, my friends, you know what time it is.
Hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the crew.
Too much to take. So it's lit. MTG3, are you game? Rise, creep, rise, building a following as we gain. Spitting fire like a dragon, no one can bring us down. MTG3 in the house, we own this town. Ripping through the beats with a fury.
All right. Look at us chilling, vibing. With
Yep.
that.
Learning the rules is knowing how to battle.
That's right. Learning the rules is half the battle. That's right. But hey, check it out. we're getting to the shill section, so we're gonna start shilling because we're chilling. Because we're at the 54-minute mark.
a villain.
Chilling like a villain. And yeah, I'm surprised you didn't chime in during that conversation. You might have had questions.
Yeah.
I didn't even understand half of what was being said because of so I just sat there and took notes.
Yeah, notes.
I mean,
Yeah.
to be honest, I mean,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I get it. I get it. Taking notes is notes, and notes is smart.
you have to
Yep.
understand what's going on before you can ask questions about it.
You know what I want to understand? I want to understand how KJ can shill so well.
It's just because I know that that term is short for shilling, which is a British penny type of thing, and I hang out with a British person on a TV show. I mean, a podcast called "Procrastinating Across the Ocean" Wednesday at 6 Central PM. How'd you like that? You see, you didn't think I'd be able to segue to your shill. I segued to it.
Right? You know what I was thinking? If I don't know if it cost you money because you do the show with Hellwiller, is if you had your artist for your procrastinating across the across the ocean show. If your artist made a picture of Hellwiller holding your jar, but two different animations, but the jar is made to fit in her hands, like she's holding it, so she'd be holding you, and you guys could be talking together.
That would be kind of sweet. When it gets down to when she gets her upgraded avatar, say a year from now, we can probably work on getting 2D models that kind of interact with each other.
Right.
I don't know how the technology works, but being that they're like having an interactive model amongst the two would be kind of harder with being two separate. I don't know how it will work. I really don't. But that's a good idea.
Yeah, no, because you guys do the show together, like keep it professional. Don't make it too weird or anything. Just have it look like you guys are chilling together and having a good time, vibing.
Well, see, around Halloween when we were first looking at a few things, the Hatbox Ghost at the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
All right. I had an idea around Halloween of having somebody draw a picture of Jesse holding a hat box that's instead of a hat box, my jar.
Nice.
And
Cool.
yeah, but
That's pretty
that was
cool.
an idea back then, but I couldn't get it to happen. It was
No, you're good. And everybody, if you haven't subscribed to KJ's Twitch, go check it out.
oh
He has
yeah,
the
please.
YouTube. He has a YouTube, which I can't put two links in chat. So there's a Twitch chat. But if you want on YouTube, you can definitely look it up on YouTube.
Well, I'm over on YouTube when I'm hanging out with you guys. So I mean, otherwise, go to the Twitch. Otherwise, I'm hanging out over here or on Long Hair Show, Mr.
Right.
DJ Long Hair, and on with the Super Fast Tortoise and with the MTG Hillbilly and all the peoples. But I don't really pay much attention to my own channel. So
Right.
yeah. So visit the people I hang out with,
Visit
and then go to my Twitch.
Yeah, go to the Twitch. Go to the Twitch. I'm thinking of people who Twitch. Let's get to Hillbilly.
Hey everybody, 777 subs. Ooh, that's awesome. That's great. Now we'll be doing another stream today at 2:00 Central Standard Time, as always. And see, today's Sunday. Tuesday is viewer day and afternoons. But anyway, that's all we got going on today is another arena stream at 2:00. Now let's pass it on over to Super Fast Stores. But make sure you like the streams. Very much appreciated. We all appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. Super Fast Tortoise here out of 711 subs. Let's get that number up. But you should go to 7-Eleven and celebrate by getting a Slurpee. That'd make me happy because I can't do that. Go get a Slurpee. Post it on Discord. The picture of you drinking a Slurpee. That'd be awesome. Post it in the general. Post it in the shell. I don't care. You post it. Just post a picture of you drinking a Slurpee. That'd be awesome. Be amazing. But with that, my friends, that is the weekend for me. There's no show tomorrow, no morning show tomorrow. We'll be back Tuesday, so have fun with that. Have fun waiting for us till Tuesday. Be awesome, be amazing, be cool. I want to remind you, everybody, that you're awesome and amazing, and I want to thank everybody for being here, and remind you again that you are loved. Someone's thinking about you, and if you can, be positive, make someone's day a little bit better, and have a wonderful day. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
I totally want to thank you for watching today's video. I really appreciate it, 100%. Like this video as if it's your favorite kind of pizza, dude. And if you wouldn't mind, consider smashing that subscribe button and hit that bell for notifications. Every one of these things you do helps the channel out a lot.
The moves, the strategies, and the flares. Super fast tortoise is running the show. The crowd goes wild wherever he goes. Shall shock, go. The tortoise way. He's the one to watch, the king of MTG.